All right, this is the continuation of the recording of our neurographic practice with the word shalom. And here in this second part, we will do the meditation with the archetype of King Solomon, Shlomo Hamelech. And we're choosing him because he is the one who is associated with peace in Judaism. I am going to help you focus by opening a picture of him. Here we go. Here's, I don't want to mess with any issues of copyright, so I'm using a classic painting, which has no copyright as far as I know. And look at him and just try to bring his image in mind, what he might have looked like. Really, he was the wisest man in the world that's ever lived. That says a lot. He has a lot to teach us. We are entering the hall of wisdom, presence of a very holy and very wise man. And with that thought, I will ask you to close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Start breathing through your heart and imagine the air coming in and out through your chest wall, not through your nostrils at all, but through your heart. And when you've done that a few times, take a deep breath through your heart and exhale down through your body, down, down, down through your legs, into the ground, with your feet firmly planted on the floor. So you stay grounded throughout this meditation. And you feel the energy buzzing through your feet. And you watch your breath traveling all the way from your feet down into the earth, to the center, the heart of molten lava inside our earth. And when it reaches that, it begins to come back to you, flying faster and faster through the layers of this earth. And it goes back through your feet. You feel the tingling, almost like an electric current going through your feet. And you feel the energy rising up through your legs, up your spine. And rising slowly up your spine, vertebra by vertebra. And when it reaches your heart, you take another breath through your heart. And this time you exhale through the top of your head. And again, you watch your breath traveling up to heaven through the top of your head and going out of our solar system through the Milky Way to the center of our galaxy, to the central star. And when it reaches the center, turns around and starts coming back to you with the energy of the galaxy, of the space, as brilliant white light. And it enters your body through the top of your head and begins to trickle down your spine all the way down, and it meets the other current. And now you feel two currents running up and down your spine simultaneously, one going up, one going down. Bright blue from the earth up, and brilliant white from heaven down. One running up, one running down. The one that exits from the top of your head opens it like an umbrella and creates a protective shield around you. And the same shield is forming under your feet at the same time from the downward current. And check your body and see that the protective shield is encapsulating you on all sides, and there is nothing left exposed. It protects your back and under your feet and everywhere. Make sure your aura is complete before traveling anywhere. And now I'm going to invite your higher self Each one, think of the parts of the soul that did not incarnate with you when you were born in this world. They stayed in heaven, and when we need them, we can call up and say, hey, I need help. We're not worshiping them. We're just inviting a part that's really us. And when the higher self appears, you say hello, you get a hug, you get a greeting. And then your higher self gives you a ball of thread and drops it in front of you. And you start walking on the path that's created by this magical thread. It's full of little lights that go on and off, almost like Sukkot decorations, the garlands. It's like that. And as you follow these lights, you walk on this thread, and suddenly, when you look up, you see yourself in front of the Beit Hamikdash in Yerushalayim. And you have to go up quite a few steps to get there. And as you walk up the steps, you feel all the impurities in your body just being pulled out of it by the sheer force of gravity, by the Kedusha in that place. You're walking up to the Beit HaMikdash. On the way, you stop at one of the mikvaot that were built on those steps. And you walk in, you dip into the holy water because you're entering Beit HaMikdash. And you start walking again up those steps. And then your higher self tells you that actually you have a meeting with Hamelech Shlomo himself. And he's waiting for you in one of his chambers. And you start getting a little bit nervous in anticipation. It's Shlomo Hamelech himself. But when you actually see the man, you see that he's so kind and so wise, you have absolutely nothing to be afraid of. You can imagine him being any age you want, but I see a very old man, like in the picture that we looked at before. And his forehead is creased with worries for his people. You just feel the Kedusha that surrounds him on all sides. And because he's a king, you can't just, plop in front of him. You have to wait for his permission to sit down. And when he lets you sit down, tells you to speak and ask any question you have, because he's the wisest man that's ever lived. He has all the answers to all your questions. And I'm going to give you a few minutes for your conversation with him. Any questions you might have had, how to overcome the things in your life that bother you, how to merit true peace and true tranquility in this world. He understands you fully. Anything you tell him, he already encountered and experienced in his own life. Ask him the secret of peace. And prepare to receive his wisdom. And when you finished asking your questions, and getting answers from him. You can say, but how? I still need more help. I feel so confused in my life. I never know what's right and what's wrong anymore in our world. This is where all the conflicts are from. Each person thinks they're right, but really, truly, we don't know. Is anyone ever right? And at that point, you realize that in order to have peace, we have to sacrifice our ego, the need to be right at all cost, the need to be recognized and heard and acknowledged and listened to and honored. We can only merit those things when we give them to others, even though we don't agree at all with what they're saying at all. It doesn't resonate. It's wrong. Someone is wrong on the internet. I'm going to fix them. I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. No, it doesn't work like that. We will never have peace unless we sacrifice our ego. That's creating this rift in our nation the last 2,000 years. A rift that's brought us endless calamities. If you feel ready, you can imagine sending your ego up to the Mizbeach in Beit Hamikdash. If you're not ready, don't do it. And then you ask Shlomo Hamelech for a blessing, because he must have one for each one of us. You need that blessing so badly. And you come closer to him, and you put your hands out, and then he lowers a bowl of purple flame into your hands. It's the sacred flame of transmutation. It's something that will allow us to turn ego into compassion, hatred into love, resentment into unity. You receive the purple flame and pass it through your whole body, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, but it passes inside, not on the outside, and it changes all of the negative energy into positive, into love, into acceptance, into submission to God. And when you're ready, pass it up from your feet to the top of your head. And there it stays, hanging on a string right in front of your third eye, in the middle of your forehead. Purple flame. It's always there at your service. When you feel like you need to change something in your life, you can apply purple flame to it and watch it change into something positive and beautiful, gorgeous, and easier to live with. And then when you're ready, you thank Shlomo Hamelech for the gift of peace that he's given you, for the gift of understanding. And you bow down to him because he's the king. That was what we used to do. And turn around and start walking down those steps out of the Beit Hamikdash, most magnificent building in this universe. Down, down, down the steps you go, past Olei Regel, bringing their sheep, past the mikvaot, past the market stalls where they sold food for the Olei Regel. And the atmosphere is so festive. Maybe we're about to welcome the Mashiach. And when you meet your higher self again, you hand him back the ball of thread that you gathered as you went down. Thank him for the journey to Yerushalayim, to Beit Hamikdash. And when you're ready, take another deep breath through your heart and exhale down into the ground through your feet. to ground this experience in your physical body. So the gift of tranquility, the gift of peace, the gift of love stays with you. And when you're ready, you can move your hands and feet a little bit. Come back into your room, into your body, smile. Something tells me you had a really nice and pleasant journey to Jerusalem of old. And please write in comments how that went for you, both the neurographic video and the meditation. And let me know which figure from the Tanakh you would like to meet next. Where would you like to journey? What other attributes could we acquire? Thank you for joining Fusion Wellness in this meditation, and see you next time. Bye.